Another winter. Welcome to another cold winter morning here in Istanbul. Yeah. You know, when it's cold and raining and like this every day in the morning, you just feel the energy and life getting sucked out of you. And you feel like you just want to hibernate, you know. And I can feel my whole energy level go down. And very extra thick today. You know, this morning is only like 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. But because it's raining, this is wet cold 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. And wet cold is the kind of cold that penetrates your clothes and penetrates your bones. You can feel the chill going into your bones, you know. But when you go to dry places, like dry cold places like Beijing, in Beijing, winter goes down to minus 25 degrees Celsius out here. But it doesn't feel as cold as this because dry cold and without wind, minus 25 degrees Celsius feels like acceptable. But just 4 degrees Celsius here in this windy and rainy condition, it feels much colder than minus 25 degrees Celsius in Beijing. Yeah. So this is the difference between cold, wet cold and dry cold. And so a lot of Chinese people, they like to compare between Shanghai and Beijing. Shanghai is wet cold, where winter goes down to only about 3 or 4 degrees Celsius, you know, not like Istanbul. Istanbul goes down to minus 5 degrees Celsius. But Shanghai goes down only to about 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. But people from Beijing, they won't last one winter in Shanghai because that 3 or 4 degrees Celsius is wet cold. It's so cold it penetrates you through your body into your bone, you know. But Shanghai people going to Beijing, so they're going from a wet cold place to a dry cold place. They find minus 25 degrees perfectly acceptable. Yeah, and that has been my experience as well. There was one winter, I think 2008, 2007 winter. Winter 2007. I went from Shanghai to Beijing for the first time. So then it was winter in Shanghai, minus 4 degrees Celsius. It was not minus 4 degrees Celsius. It was terribly cold. And then when I looked at the temperature for Beijing, it was minus 15 degrees on that day. I was like, oh shit, you know, if 4 degrees Celsius this cold, minus 15 degrees Celsius would kill me. But I had to go to Beijing on that day. So I went to Beijing. I took a flight, just a quick flight, 2 hours. Boom. I arrived in Beijing. I left the airport, and you know what? Immediately I had to start taking out all my clothes. Why? It's so hot. Minus 15 degrees dry cold is nothing compared to 4 degrees Celsius wet cold. I felt hot immediately. I started taking out my coat, even though it's minus 15 degrees Celsius, and I came from 4 degrees Celsius. Yeah. Let's see. Liana, I hate wet cold. Ah, you know wet cold. Oh, UK is wet cold. So Liana from UK. Okay, I understand. The London cold kills you. Oh my god. I can't do the London cold. It's just crazy. The London wet cold is like super cold. London wet cold penetrates your being, and especially if you live in one of those older apartments in UK, in London. Oh my god, that where the radiator is half fucked. Wow, winter is unbearable in UK. The winter is so much easier to go here in Istanbul. But of course, because I live in a really new apartment, I'm not sure what's the situation in other places. But this is wet cold here as well. But honestly, this wet cold doesn't feel as I know why Istanbul wet cold didn't feel as bad as London wet cold. Because overall, both are wet places, but Istanbul is not as cold as in London in terms of temperature. What's the temperature in London now? Definitely colder than here. Right now it's about 4 degrees Celsius in Istanbul. What's the temperature in UK? In London? Good morning, Crystal Moon from warm New Zealand. Churchill. We're all wrapped up, and you're all. How's winter in New Zealand? I think winter in New Zealand must be quite unbearable. Right? So close to the South Pole, yeah. Good afternoon, B. Hello. Oh, very cold today, man. Ginger. Unbearable. Oh, that's why whenever outside is wet and cold and unbearable, you see me coming to my favorite book cafe, Kitab Kuala. And yeah, oh, Liana. Oh, UK is 6 degrees Celsius as well. So it's the same temperature as Istanbul, even though you're more to the north. Interesting. But I remember my winter in London, it was crazy. It felt worse than this. Okay, honestly, if you okay, let me try to go back to that time and try to recall that feeling. Okay, it's actually about the same feeling here as in Istanbul, but because then I was spending a lot of time outside because I was really going around, and I was always around the Thames River. The water makes everything more moist and colder. But here in Istanbul, I pretty much stay indoors. Yeah, I don't like right now. I don't stream outdoors at all. You know, I used to stream outdoors a lot. Yeah, no, I don't stream outdoors. It's crazy. I wouldn't last 10 minutes outdoor. Crystal moon, 25 degrees Celsius high today. You see the big differences, huh? See, in the past, yeah, when you think about before the era of internet, you think about, well, right now it's so cold, 6 degrees Celsius in the morning. It's very hard for me to imagine that someone else somewhere in the world is experiencing 25 degrees Celsius, But now with the internet, all of us experiencing different weathers are all coming together all at the same time. It's just amazing. Liana. Yeah, if you wear non-leather shoes, your feet will be wet. Yeah. Everywhere, I still remember that everything was my feet, my socks were perpetually wet. Yeah, but of course, that happened to me here in Istanbul as well. Before my old wet shoe got busted, and then I bought a new pair of shoes. So right now I bought a waterproof pair of shoes, the Columbia waterproof shoe, my only pair of shoe right now. And I can't recommend enough. Let me show you guys this shoe. I can't recommend this shoe enough. If you're going to a cold and wet place, or trekking mountain where you expect to get your socks wet, you need this pair of shoes. Of course, you can get the higher one. I hate higher shoes because it's so hard to take them off. But if you're in the city, you don't need higher shoe because you're not stepping into water itself, so you don't get water splashing high. But this, once you wear this, you don't feel the cold in the feet, and your feet never gets wet. This is so good. This pair of shoe is so good. This is my only pair of shoe, by the way. In case some of you are asking, oh, I thought you only have one pair of shoe. Yeah, this is my one pair of shoe. I need to clean my hand. It's not horribly expensive pair of shoe, but in terms of lira, because how much the lira has dropped right now, this pair of shoe is easily 2 months rental for most normal people. Yeah, 2 months rental, and easily 10 times the price of normal everyday shoes. What's the brand? Columbia. It's a Columbia. Columbia is very common in Four Seasons countries. Not a very common brand in Southeast Asia. For me, it's not expensive. I don't even remember the price much, but I only remember that the price works out to about 2 months normal rental. So probably about 3,000 lira. 3,000 lira is about what? $300 Sing? Not super expensive. For the kind of construction and for the kind of the function that you're getting, it's not expensive. Crystal moon. Winter is not too cold. It is rare to have snow. Oh, really? Oh, I'm surprised. But of course, I've never been to New Zealand. Yeah, I've only been to Australia. But I've always imagined that New Zealand is so close to the South Pole, because from New Zealand you take one boat, you reach the South Pole, right? So I always thought like it was like super cold winters or what. I'm surprised to know that. Oh yes, the cookie is nice. I always do chocolate chip cookie with coffee. Okay, not always. I picked up this bad habit here in Istanbul. Before Istanbul, I never take cookie with coffee. Never. I don't take snacks like this, to me, it serves no purpose, to have this kind of calories in my body. Hmm. Yes, I don't understand pleasure. I'm a boring guy. Mm. If you're new to my live stream, welcome. This is a live stream where every morning here in Istanbul, I'm here in Istanbul for over a year now. I go to a different place or cafe or location, grab a coffee, and then we chat about anything and everything in life. Share my experience here in Istanbul. I've been in Istanbul for 1 year and 2 weeks right now. And yeah, if you like this form of chit chat, do join me every morning about 10:30 Turkey time. 10:30 Turkey time is probably about what? About 9:30 GMT, yeah? Uh, London time. Crystal moon. We can see the snow on the mountains in the distance. Oh, interesting. New Zealand, Liana, New Zealand is a place I always wanted to visit. Ah, interesting. New Zealand is definitely one of the most interesting places in the world. Definitely, if you're if you really want to get the most out of your 90 years or 100 years visa on Earth, your one and only visit of this 90 years or 100 years visa on Earth, in my opinion, New Zealand is one place you definitely have to go to. I definitely have to visit New Zealand one of these days, 100%. I'm not about to end my 90 years visa on Earth without at least one visit to New Zealand. New Zealand is one of the very few countries where where I actually promised that before I finish my tour on Earth, I need to visit. Liana, are you enjoying your time there? Oh, it's 7:30 a.m. in London. Wow, interesting. Are you enjoying time? Of course, I love Istanbul. I would say Istanbul is still, after more than a year, is still the best city I've ever lived in my life. Yeah, it's that good. It's that good. Why? Now, for those of you who might be wondering what's so good about Istanbul, now understand this. First of all, I've left my home country for about 20 years, so I've lived in pretty much everywhere in the world, and so I come from the perspective of someone with no home country to return to, and who has been wandering around the world as an outsider. So that's my perspective. Okay, so as a perspective of someone like this, Istanbul is my most favorite city in the world because of 5 reasons. One, big and interesting. Oh, if you want interesting, you want big, Turkey is the place to be. It's got the most religious relics, the most pilgrim sites, the most Christian pilgrim sites in the world. It's got big, beautiful places. It's so big that if you live in Turkey, you pretty much cannot finish exploring the place. I don't like to live in smallish place, which, very claustrophobic. Second, safe. First world safety. Yeah, this place is first world safety right here. Ladies dress London style, walk down the streets at night and no problem. Nobody gets into trouble. I don't know what's the crime rate right here is like, but I never felt threatened at night, and I never heard of or witnessed any form of crime. Not the way that I've witnessed in so many different other countries. Number three, Four Seasons. Oh, this is a four-season country, my friend. Very few people in Asia know that Turkey is four season. Yeah, it is a four-season country. You get all 4 seasons clear, and you get snow. Yes, it snows here as well in January. Number four, cheap. Most countries that I've been to, if they fulfill these three, they're never cheap. If they are big, safe, and have 4 seasons, they're rarely cheap. But Istanbul is really cheap. How cheap? A venti Americano here in Istanbul is $1 US. A venti Americano, the biggest Americano of Starbucks, is only $1 US here in Istanbul, and it's $5.20 US in New York. Compare, is how cheap this is. I literally, my living expenses here in Istanbul is only 1,000 US a month. My lifestyle is only 1,000 US a month. Oh, so cheap. And finally, again, if there are ever any country that fulfill this four, they rarely fulfill the fifth. Okay. Of course, other than Istanbul, I've not lived in anywhere that even fulfill all four in the first place. Okay, if they're cheap, they're rarely safe. If they're safe, they're rarely cheap. Okay, but the fifth is even rarer. Happy people. Wow, if you have been watching my live stream over the past 65 episodes, 63 episodes, you will see how friendly the people in Istanbul are. Just incredible friendly, incredible compassionate people. I really got the spirit of Allah shines from their heart. Such compassion, such the you know you if you come from New York like I did, you see a big contrast in how happy the people are here versus New York. Yeah. So very good energy everywhere. It's the five reasons that I love Istanbul and why I still think Istanbul is the best city I've ever lived in. Liana, they film Lord of the Rings in New Zealand. Yep. Kwan Hyung Jun, 안녕하세요, 안녕하세요. 잘 지내셨어요? 처음 뵙겠습니다. 처음 와주셨습니까? 한국 분이세요? 저 한국에 있어요? Liana, London style, London style equals to not much clothes. Exactly. There you go. Liana, you know us well. Of course, I spent time in UK. So when I say ladies dressed in London style, that's exactly what I mean. Liana knows. I bet when I said ladies of Istanbul dressed in London style can walk down the street at night safely, I bet most of you didn't know what I was talking about, right? I bet most of you didn't know what is this London style I'm talking about. London people would know. London style equals not much clothes. Yes. I heard the Turkish tea is really good. Well, Turkish tea is Lipton tea. It's exactly English tea. In fact, yesterday I had Turkish tea in one of those cafes, and they served me up Earl Grey. Yeah, it's exactly English tea. Huh? Crystal Moon. I have never wanted to leave the country but had to for work. 2 days Hong Kong, 4 days China. Oh, 4 days China. Where China? 1 week Japan. Wow, where Japan? It was interesting but didn't go anywhere else after that. Well, that's enough of a travel. Hyung Jun Kwon. Yeah, my first time in live stream. 환영합니다. 다 시청해줘서 고맙습니다. 지금 한국에 있으세요? 제 생방에 대해서 어떻게 알게 되셨어요? Mr. Tinfoil Man, good evening. Is it cold in the coffee shop? Of course it's not cold in here, but I still want to keep the heat. Okay, you guys may be wondering, right? This cafe is this book cafe is actually very warm. You see people dressed down, but why am I not dressed down? Why am I holding everything together? Why? Because of this. I want to keep all the heat inside, so that when I walk out again, I don't have to rebuild the heat. Do you know that just wearing this clothing doesn't protect you from the wet cold of Istanbul? When it's wet cold, when it's dry cold, dry cold is different from wet cold. When it's dry cold, it's fine. You can go out, you put it on, you feel warm immediately. But when it's wet cold, and you go out, then you put on the humidity goes into your clothing and you never build up heat, and it feels cold even with the jacket. So the way to beat wet cold is this. The way to beat wet cold is to not remove this. Trap all the heat inside. You may feel bloody hot, it's fine. But when you get out there, you're nice and warm. This is the secret to survive. I learned this secret of surviving wet cold back in Shanghai. Back in 2004, 2005 for Shanghai. My goodness, it was cold. It was like 4 degrees Celsius, but wet cold, exactly like here in Istanbul. But wait, Istanbul is actually worse, because Shanghai wet cold goes down to only 4 degrees Celsius-ish. But Istanbul wet cold goes down to -4 degrees Celsius by January. Hyung Jun Kwon. Annyeong, you're never getting old. Looks good. Thank you. Do you know me? Do you know me in real life or something? Well, if you know I never get old, that means do we know each other in Seoul in real life? I have quite a few friends in Seoul which I lost touch with because I lost my WeChat. Not WeChat. I lost my Kakao Talk. Liana, oh no, I'm disappointed. I don't want English tea. Yes, it's English tea, and and most commonly you don't even get Earl Grey. Do you know what you get? You get the almighty Lipton tea. That's Turkish tea for you. That's chai for you. Lipton tea, Lipton red tea. That's chai. Yeah. There is no such thing as a Turkish spice tea here. I've not seen it before. Hmm? I've only seen Turkish spice tea outside of Turkey. Hyungjun Kwon, I enjoyed channel since you were in Korea. Oh, I see. But did we meet? Because I usually meet up with a lot of my friends in Korea. 우리 만나본 적 없었어요? but I so thank you. 진짜 감동이에요. 왜냐하면은 그 이제 제 한국 시대에 한국에서 만났던 아니면 알았던 친구들 지금이 다 잃어버렸거든요. 카카오톡 잃어버렸거든요. 그래서 다 잃어버렸어. 그래서 잃어버렸으니까 이제 저랑 이렇게 대화할 수 있는 그 시기에 그 친구들 별로 없으니까요. Tin foil man. Got it wet cold. Yeah, this is wet cold out here, man. See, it is raining every single day. As you can see, I've been showing you guys like over the past 1 week or so, every day is raining. Every day. I've never been able to stream outside. It's too cold. You know, honestly, today I really wanted to stream outside. I really wanted to do so, and then I came out because when I came out, the rain actually stopped a little bit. So I really wanted to stream outside, and you know, I just tested it and just stood outside for like 10 minutes, and the wet cold penetrated my pants, penetrated my underwear. The wet cold was freezing my balls, like literally. I feel my balls getting cold, and I say, oh, andekata. So I came to a cafe. Oh, Hyunju knows about Limbu. Limbu is working in New York right now. Still working in New York. I'll go back to her, definitely. Thanks for asking, Hyunjun. Are you sure I don't know you in real life, Hyunjun? I think I know you in real life, you know. Liana, my step grandma had an apartment in Turkey. Oh yeah. A lot of landlords here in Turkey, a lot of apartments here in Turkey or Istanbul are owned by Londoners. A lot of the landlords here are Londoners, so you never get to meet the landlord because they're all in UK. A lot of such apartments here. Fahmi, first heavy snow in Seoul yesterday. Oh, not first. The first heavy snow in Seoul was actually last month. Was in November. That was the first snow in November. This is not the first. The first snow in Seoul came 1 month earlier than usual this year. Usually first snow is about December, but this year the first snow came in November and it was heavy. November, last month. Yeah, I still keep track of what's happening in Seoul. Liana, ha. You know, if you're new on my live stream, please understand that by the time I read your comments, it may be quite many minutes later. So sometimes I can't connect. I don't know what you're laughing to. I don't know what you are agreeing to. So appreciate if you could like write in complete sentences. Huh? Oh, she lives in Wales. My best friend here in Istanbul, he's from Liverpool. But he's now a Turkish citizen. Married with a Turkish lady, beautiful family, nice kid. Yeah, a English traveler. He pretty much traveled the world. He backpacked the whole of India when he was younger. Showed me those amazing photographs. It's just crazy. Liana, he doesn't like London. I know most English people don't like London. Perhaps only kids like London, you know. But most English grown-ups that I know, they don't like London. I don't like London. It's too messy. Kind of like Gotham City, you know, kind of like New York City. Crystal Moon, Shenzhen in China. Crystal Moon. This week, I just made a video. You know my misadventures around the World Series. This week, I made a video about how I got marked in Shenzhen. How I faced off a pickpocket gang in Shenzhen. Yep, I spent only one day in Shenzhen, and that was how I spent facing off a gang. Stay tuned for that video coming up sometime this week. My misadventures around the world, my misadventure in Shenzhen. Tokyo, Akita. Oh, okay. I spent a lot of time in Tokyo as well. But lately, I spend most of my time in Osaka. Then, the cold balls. Liana, I love London. Shows that you're young. Young people love London, just like how young Americans love New York. I love clubbing. Yeah, there you go. New London, Berlin, these are the clubbing heavens. But strangely, not so much New York. New York's not big on clubbing. But Liana, I really enjoyed that moment where you understood, only you understood what ladies dress in London style means. That was a golden moment for me. 32 is young, huh? 32 is young. When I was 32, I was rocking balls. When I was 32, I was all balls and boobs. 32 is young. 32 is the prime of a youth, man. 32 is when you need to get it going, pump it up. Pump up the jam, pump it up. That's my era. My era when I was clubbing, this was the music. Pump up the jam, pump it up. And it's my life, it's my life is my life. When I was clubbing, this was the music. "30-ish, 30 whatever, all young." In fact, I would say anything before 42 is young. I was still rocking bachata in 42. I'm coming 46, my friend. Coming 46 in a couple of months. Yeah, I am closer to 50 than I am closer to 40 now. Young. I thought it was 22. Yeah, I get that a lot. You know, when I was studying in Korea, when I was studying in Seoul, Hanyang 대학교 다녔거든요. So when I was studying in Hanyang University in Seoul, guess how old was I? When I was studying in Hanyang University, I was already 40. And you know what? I told everybody I'm 28, and everybody believed. And because I don't want to feel weird with people, I pretty much, I was known to be 28, and I lived as a 28 for years. Nobody knew my real age. In fact, In fact, I had like shop owners, right? Very kind shop owners, who are in their early 30s. They always put their around me and call me kid, you know. And I call them Hyung, and I call them elder brother. They always call me, hey kid, come, and they always give me nice stuff. They like to take care of me. They really think I'm 28. Well, in Korea, this is a big thing, where being elder, you take care of your juniors. And so I always call them Hyung. No, oh Hyung, 안녕하세요. I call them Hyung, but I'm actually at least 12 years they are senior. Even here in Istanbul, you know, here in Istanbul, I came to Istanbul to train in MMA. Yeah? So I was training MMA for about 6 months, you know, full time, 12 hours a day. And you know what? My head coach, big burly man, he's only 32. Okay, and he call people and he tells people I'm his son, and I just go with it, which means that he probably think I'm in my 20s. So he trained me hard, and in no time did he feel like he's actually like 15 years my junior. So I just went with it. I doubt he ever knew my real age. I doubt. Crystal Moon, we had a driver and we were accompanied by I had a very bad experience in Shenzhen, which I will tell in my latest video, the Singaporeans misadventure in Shenzhen. Tell about how I faced off a street gang. Liana, I hate my Korean age. Oh, if I go by Korean age, I'm 48. Going by Korean age, I'm 48. I'm 50 in 2 years. Well, I'm surprised you know about Korean age, Liana. But Liana, you won't hate your Korean age if you're in Korea, because in Korea you get so much buffs for being older. You get so much benefits from society itself for being older. So people in Korea, of course, like not ladies, but a lot of guys in Korea try to look older than their age. Of course, ladies in Korea still try to look younger than their age, but a lot of guys in Korea, especially Korean men, they try to look older than their age because of the kind of benefits and the perks you get just for being older. Still that kind of society, still a Confucius ethics-based society. A 1000 BC idea, Confucius. Liana, I've dated a lot of different people, met many people. It's good, that's what you should do when you're young. You know, when I was schooling in Seoul, there was a time when I was about 42 years old, and then I had a classmate. She's really young. She's like turning 19. She's from China, and then her father was my age. And then one day she told me this thing, you know, that actually her mother was my age. Her father's slightly older, and then she told me this one thing. She said, I wish my father is as cool as you are. You know what I said? Well, if your father never had you, he'll be as cool as I am. She went like, oh, now that you say it does make sense, and it made me feel so bad. Okay, guys and girls, understand that your dad doesn't look like me. It's not as fun as me only because your dad had you, and therefore he had to live the hard life. And you have to live like that. You cannot be like me. So there's no kids. Thank you. 감사합니다. 안 되겠다. No kids. Liana, I think it's interesting to meet people different from myself. Yes, yes. Always, like that's why I keep saying, what's the purpose of life? Okay, I have a video on my channel where I tell you the purpose of life, undisputable, undisputable, and it's scientific. You cannot dispute with this. And one aspect of it is this: is to experience as many different things as possible. And in that experience, one aspect is to be able to experience as many different people as possible. So Liana, you're living your purpose of life. Yes, good. Congratulations and well done. Keep it up. You're living your purpose of life. You're living the purpose of life of all human beings. Liana, I like kids, but I don't like the responsibility and the life change that comes with it. I love my life too much. I love every single day of my life. I love every single day of being alive, and I don't want to change this. Life is beautiful. Life is awesome. Every single day, I love my life. No, I wake up and then I wake up in the morning, every morning, and just like, oh, I'm so fucking happy to be me. I love it so much. I love life so much. I love me so much. I don't want to change this. Oh, Lena, how do you find out about my live stream? This is the first time I see you on my live stream, yeah? Nah, that's very good. Of course, let's look at it. This world is no lack of human beings. In fact, we're now overpopulated. So that's one reason why why should I do something that the world doesn't need, right? Yeah, the world don't need more kids. We human beings are not, it's not endangered species. We don't need to breed the way we do. We don't need to contribute to the world population anymore. In fact, I strongly feel like we should let one generation pass by without copulating. Yeah, then the world would go back to a more normal state where the resources are more manageable. Liana, it came out on my news feeds. Oh, I hope you're enjoying yourself. Hope to see you. I do this every morning at about 10 a.m. Turkish time, which is about 7:30 a.m. UK time. Okay. I don't always, I try to go around. I try to show you guys Istanbul. But after showing you guys Istanbul for 60 over episodes, it becomes very hard to show you guys anything new about Istanbul. Because why? Because I'm not a tourist here. I don't move from place to place. I don't move from province to province. I stay home. I have a home here, So it's very hard for me to show you. That's why I keep saying this is not a travel program. I'm not a traveler. I'm a lifestyler, yeah? Liana, I want to have an army of children cause chaos. Well, if that's the idea of fun, go get it. Like I say, you're fulfilling a purpose of life either way. Of experiencing as much life of different kind of lives as possible. For me, without kids, I had the privilege of living many different lifetimes. I am a very different man doing a very different thing every other year. So I pretty much live many different lifetimes more than most people by having no kids. But I will miss out on the experience of having kids or army of kids. I will miss out on the experience. So either way, everybody, we experience one thing, we don't get to experience another thing, So either way, we're all trying to fulfill our one and only purpose of life, which is to experience as much life as possible. Which is why I keep saying, if one day I become a spiritual teacher, my core message will be this, stop watching YouTube, stop reading about life, stop watching YouTube about life. Go out there and live and experience life. This is my core message. Crystal Moon, after trying some of your diet, I've lost weight without trying. Yep, I have stopped drinking coffee without trying. Oh, I'm still trying to do that. I think I've stopped craving milk. For me, I stopped I stopped alcohol without trying, okay, but I could not stop coffee. Yeah, I'm trying to stop, but good news is this, Crystal Moon. I have managed to cut down coffee to 1 cup a day right now, from about 5 cups a day, and cut down to 1 cup a day. So this is my one and only cup a day. See, you guys remember that every time I do my live stream, I order at least 2 coffee to do 1.5 hours. But now I'm doing one cup coffee for however long. I'm gonna stick to it, you know. Oh, guys, I have another good news for this week. Are you ready for good news? The good news is this. You guys know that ever since I started live streaming over the past 3 months, I have lost about 500 subscribers. Yeah, every week, every single week, I lose 30 to 50 subscribers every single week. Negative. This is the first week since then that I am up positive number of subscribers, up 7. Yay! I have stopped losing subscribers and I have started to gain subscribers. Being what I am right now, I'm very, very happy, very grateful for all of you. Thank you guys for subscribing. Real fans who enjoy my real contents and the real me. You're not here just to look for certain anti-aging thing only or this or that only, but you're here for me. Okay, I want this kind of subscribers. I want this kind of fans. The whole me, not just the anti-aging part of me or the martial arts part of me or the samurai part of me. No, you come here for all of me. All of me. I want. It was. I forgot how to sing the song. I give all of me for all of you. So I'm very happy. I'm celebrating. I am celebrating my first positive subscriber week in 3 months. Yay! Liana, I think everyone will have different experiences. Yep. So it's just up to us to experience as much as possible. That's all. Liana, I can't give up coffee. Yeah, I can't give up coffee. I can't see myself giving up coffee. But I'm gonna do one a day. I'm just trying to do one a day. I know. Okay, I can't say I know. It might come to a day where I just stop craving, just like alcohol. I just stop craving alcohol all of a sudden, altogether. So maybe that will happen to coffee as well. Who knows? Liana, I like seeing real experiences. Yeah. You know why? Because real experiences, it's the only real experience. You cannot get real information or knowledge from reading anything. The news, the internet, books, all bullshit. When you go out there, when you really do it, it's always different. Rogerlyn, hi Rogerlyn, Limpeh, I'm interested in understanding why you trade options instead of just investing in stocks for long term and live off the dividends instead. Well, if you ask me, the easy answer is this: I make 5 to 10% per month from options, but dividends you make 5 to 10% per quarter if you're lucky. So for me, I need monthly income, and options is my best option. No pun intended. But of course, also understand that I started this back about 30 years ago, 25, 30 years ago. So back then, that was the pre-internet era, the pre-smartphone era, where there wasn't a lot of choice of making money outside of having a work. You know, today's world, you have all kinds of choice of how to make money online. But back in my time, there wasn't a lot of choice. If you want to make a residual income, it's either real estate, monthly residual income. Yeah? It's either real estate, options, or MLM. These are the only 3 things you can do. Right? These days you can do a lot of things online to get monthly income, but not during my time. Right? So, of course, I did all 3. Yeah, I did all 3, and I still do options right now. Of course, I finished off with my real estate. I was really big on real estate for quite a while. So that's the history. Yeah. See, when you can make 5 to 10% of your money, almost 100% guaranteed month after month, without even caring about the market. That's what options can do. That's the real major options. The real major options is not trying to use leverage and like try to make $1,000 when other people will only make $100. That's not the point of options. The point of options is it gives you options. It gives you a lot of options to profit in all directions. So, when you can make like let's say 10% a month, just for easy calculation, you don't need a lot of capital to live my lifestyle, or you don't need a lot of capital to retire on. Let's say you have 100,000 and you are able to make 10% a month. That's 10,000 a month. You know, that's more than what people make every single month working their ass off in a job, right? And how much do you need to produce that kind of income? Just 100,000. It's not a lot. So, but understand that to reach this state, to reach this level of proficiency and consistency in options trading is not easy. It takes decades of learning and work. And some of my best students who even trade my exact same strategy, it took them about 10 to 15 years to reach my level of consistency as well. All right. So understand that it's not a get rich quick scheme. It's not something you can learn this weekend and immediately be able to get the result like this. No. It takes training. It takes training. It's not just following ABC and you make money. No, it takes training this. Liana, what's the best food you have eaten in Turkey? Mantu. Mantu is my all-time favorite food in Turkey. Or Turkish ravioli. Yeah. And I made a video. Liana, go to my channel and search for favorite Turkish food, where I made a whole video on my favorite Turkish food, mantu. Go check it out. I made a lot of videos about my experience in Istanbul. Yeah, so go to my channel and search Istanbul. Get all my videos about my experiences here in Istanbul, as including my 1 year anniversary message, how Istanbul has changed me. Yeah, I made a video on how Istanbul changed me over the past 1 year. Check out that video as well. Or on my channel, just search for Istanbul or Turkey. And interestingly, my favorite sandwich here in Istanbul is turkey sandwich. Pun intended. Really turkey sandwich. The turkey sandwich here is good. Liana, I watched that today. Okay. I have a lot of interesting. I cover a lot of interesting angles and stuff that you guys keep asking me about. Mostly, I've already made a video on it. Yeah, so you can always, whatever you're curious about me, you 90% chance you can find a video on it on my channel. In fact, like I pour out so much of myself that lately I have nothing more to pour out. You know? So lately I have not been making a lot of videos. I would say that right now I'm 90% immortalized on the internet already. Like 90% of who I am is already on the internet, on my channel, immortalized for prosperity, for posterity. Like forever, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren, if I have, will forever be able to see their grandfather here right now in this very condition. Hello, grandchildren, if you're watching. This is 2021. What's a year now? Yeah, I'm forever immortalized on the internet. This to me is everlasting life. This to me is being immortal. This to me is fulfilling that sci-fi ideal of uploading your brain into some kind of computer and living forever. To me, this is living forever. This is legacy. This is real legacy that will never be forgotten. Real legacy in flesh and blood that communicates with you even after I'm dead. This is amazing. I think YouTube is just an amazing invention, you know. Liana, do you see many homeless people there? Oh, sadly, yes, I do. I do. Hi, DCM. Hosebo. Yeah, I do see homeless people here quite a lot. Being a third world country with very wide wealth disparity, I see a lot of homeless. Honestly, I see more homeless here in Istanbul than in China. Yeah. I almost don't see homeless in Beijing. I see more homeless here than in New York. DCM. If you're gonna throw me like that, DCM, I'm gonna start ignoring you again. Like I say, DCM, every day when you come on is a new day. I always give people a new chance. But when you start to be a jerk again, then I'll start it all over again. I'm gonna start ignoring you again. I try to be friendly and try to be an asshole. So then I'll give you back your old treatment. Liana, is it as bad as UK? Yeah, I think almost like UK. Yeah. Similar. But of course, the thing is UK, I see a lot of homeless. They are not really UK people. I see a lot of homeless, like foreigner homeless, people from other parts of Europe. But here in Istanbul, I see like the homeless are really like Turkish people homeless. It's kind of sad because it's not sad. It's hard to understand because Turkey is traditional family value, just like China, just like Korea, kind of very close, very similar family values, and you always have a family to return to. You always have parents with homes you can return to. So there's very little reason to be homeless, but yet I see homeless quite a lot here. So I'm actually very surprised. Like I don't really understand. B maybe does not know Hokkien. No, Hosebo is not Hokkien. Hosebo is Singlish. You go to China, you go to Fujian province, you say Hosebo, nobody understand you. You go to Taiwan, you say Hosebo, nobody understand you. This is 100% Singlish. All Singapore people knows this. Liana, I think it's shameful that we have so many homeless in UK since it's a first world country. But part of the homeless in UK are, according to my own observation, are not English people. Are a lot. I see a lot of Eastern Bloc people, people from the Eastern European people. They go to England to try to survive, but end up not surviving. I see a lot of those. Yeah. Kissing Kate. Oh, Kate Barlow. Awesome friend. You're still on. I'm still on. I'm waiting for you, Barlow. Yeah, I'm still on. Mm. Mm. B is DCM's last best friend on earth. Roger Lin, thank you for your answer, Limpeh. I asked that question because I'm a long-term investor in US stocks. Yeah, if you're a long-term investor in stocks, it's good. It's long-term investment in stocks is the most thing to do for non-investment professionals. If you're not an investment professional like I am, you don't have the necessary educational background and qualifications and the training and mentorship over the years, then this is long-term investment in stocks is the best thing you can do. I always encourage people to do that as well. Not just in stocks, you could just do a market index fund. That's the best. That's better than stocks because stocks, like even good companies can just shut down overnight in today's economy. It's not like the old economy anymore where companies survive 90 years, 100 years. Today's economy, today's favorite company can shut down tomorrow. So rather than investing long term in stocks, I advise non-professionals to invest long-term in a market index fund, a Vanguard fund, index fund for the long term, because that can never go to zero. Roger Lin, I'm currently living in Taiwan and living off my dividends without having to work at all. Oh, okay, so you're a fellow freedom lifestyler who is living off the capital market like me, like I am. So you're adding on now. There's a few in this chat. Me, you, and GHT and MC were all freedom lifestylers from the stock market freedom lifestyler. Very 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 nice to meet another stock market freedom lifestyler. Roger Lin, come to Istanbul. I'm planning to attend Sokang in 2022. Okay. But right now going to Sokang is quite pointless because there's no class right now in Seoul. All classes are online right now. So even if you enroll in Sokang, you'll still be only attending online classes. It's kind of pointless right now. And your videos have helped me immensely in preparing me for learning Korean in Korea. Thank you so much. So 지금 한국말 할 수 있어요? 엄마 한국말 할래요? Liana, I've seen many British homeless people. I see. B. Be kind to DCM lah. Life is stressful. I'm kind to him every day until he becomes a jerk. Every day he will do something to become a jerk. Then I'll become a jerk also, you know. Liana, but I think regardless, if they are British, they should be helped. I don't know what kind of systems do you have in Britain about this, but in New York, homeless are not homeless by circumstances mostly. Homeless are homeless by choice mostly. Yeah, homelessness is a lifestyle, and homeless people are very proud of their lifestyle. Okay, get homeless is bad. They still have part-time jobs. They still work. They still have food, and they own their corner of the street. You know, they have a tremendous amount of pride in their own corners. You cannot infringe their territories. You know, tremendous amount of pride. Like, it's not a worse off life situation at all in New York to be homeless, but it is just a different lifestyle. To them, it's just a different lifestyle. I've always admired, you know, the kind of homeless I see in New York. So Kissin, Kate Barlow, I agree. British. Oh, well, you know, every day I get like people from, suddenly a lot of new people from a different place. Like yesterday, I got a lot of people from Egypt. Today I'm getting a lot of people from UK. This tells me something about the algorithm of YouTube. That YouTube like kind of shows my videos and my streams to different countries every day, and never to all countries on a single day. It seems to be that way. Liana, fellow Brit, good morning. Good morning, Britian. Good morning, UK. Awesome, Liana. Then, you know, kissing. Just now I was still saying like, really the moment of the day was this. You know? I was saying like, I feel Istanbul is a very safe country because ladies can dress London style and walk down the streets at night and feel safe. And immediately, Liana knew what I'm talking about. What is this London style talking about? London style equals to not much clothes. I bet 90% of the people watching then didn't get the joke. I bet, but only a real British people will get this joke. Liana, if I was homeless, it would be a shopping trolley full of clothes and shoes. Oh, you know, all these homeless that they have like one or two shopping trolleys and all full of all kind of stuff. You know, if they are homeless with dogs as well, who owns dogs, they dogs on leash. You know, not like random dogs. You know. Kissing. Very few people got this joke. Like nobody got the joke except Liana. It takes a true blue London girl to know this joke, you know, not just any British girl, huh? London girl to know this joke. And of course, for those of you who don't know, my favorite dog is corgi, and I had a corgi back in here. The dog of royalty, yeah, the dog of South Wales. Corgi, that's my favorite dog breed. So even my favorite dog breed is English. Well, quite a lot of people. For those of you who just joined my channel, welcome. This is a live stream where every morning I take you guys to a different location or a cafe here in Istanbul. Grab a coffee and then chat about pretty much anything and everything in life. It is a very cold winter morning, rainy and cold winter morning here in Istanbul. 4 degrees Celsius, wet cold. Feels a little bit like London kind of cold. Wet, humid cold that penetrates your bone. And yeah, if you like this style of a live stream, which is actually honestly quite boring, do tune in every day, 10:30 a.m. Turkey time, and do help me by subscribing if you would like to, because ever since I started live streaming, I've lost 500 subscribers. Yes, people hate my live streams, and so on an average, I lose about 50 subscribers per week doing this live stream. Is how bad my live stream is. But this week I celebrate the first week where I'm getting a positive number of subscribers on a week-on-week basis. I am up 7 subscribers this week. Yay! So not only did I not lose my usual 30 to 50 subscribers per week, I made 7 new subscribers increase this week. So a lot of cause to celebrate this weekend, this beautiful Sunday, and going into Christmas week this week. Yes, yesterday, if you joined my live stream yesterday, I streamed at a very nice Christmas tree in Mura Cafe, one of my favorite cafes here. Yeah, and there's a lot of Christmas decorations going on here in Istanbul. But they don't call it Christmas. They call it Mutlu Yilal, which means Happy New Year. So it's a New Year thing here, not a Christmas thing here. Kamal, namaskaram, Kamal from Barata. Liana, my favorite dog breed is Pomeranian and Shiba. Oh, I had, okay, not me. My younger brother, when I was young, okay, not my younger brother, my mom. When I was younger, when I was still living with my mom, we had a Pomeranian. The last I know, it was still around, but it's been a lot. It's been many years. I doubt it's still around, but somehow I can feel that it's still around. Shiba Kyon. Oh, you know, Liana, I have only one book with me right now. I read only one book. I read this same one book for many years, and it's a book about Shiba Inu, about Shiba Kyon. It's a Korean book, by the way. It's a book written by a Korean guy who lives in Japan, who owns a Shiba Inu, and his entire experience of raising and getting Shiba Inus in Japan. It's written in Korean, and that's the only book I read every day about Shiba Inu. Kisin, that's crazy. Kisin, I have a Maltese Shih Tzu. Maltese Shih Tzu mix is very, very, very popular. I see Maltese Shih Tzu mix a lot in China when I was in China. Yeah, I spent about 10 years in China. So yeah, I see that Maltese Shih Tzu mix a lot. Liana, I don't have dogs, I have 2 parrots. Oh, I had a parrot when I was young. A macaw and a myna. Strangely, the myna speaks better human language than the parrot. No. Fami, thank you. I didn't know that. You didn't know what? Again, guys, by the time I come to your message, it may be quite a long later. So I say ha ha ha, or I agree, and I really don't know what you're ha-haing to or agreeing to or what. So try to write in fuller sentences. That helped me a lot, right? Thank you. Shiba Inu so naughty. I love them. I don't know. I've never had a Shiba Inu, so I don't really know. Only thing I know about Shiba Inu from the book is it sheds like crazy. It sheds exactly like a corgi. If you have ever had a corgi, you know a corgi sheds its body weight worth in hair every spring and autumn season. So twice a year. So I had a corgi. Literally, you can get up. It's her body weight worth in hair in one day. Liana, I have a Congo African Grey and a winged Amazon. Oh wow, exotic ones. Wow, nice. They're big. Big. Those are big ones. You know, I used to have a neighbor a long time ago when I was a kid. I had a neighbor, so funny. They had a parrot, a white parrot. I don't know what you call that white parrot, very common one. Yeah, he has this one white parrot, a huge German Shepherd, and a monkey. Okay, and you know what? The monkey and the parrot. Yeah, he let his parrot roam around the house. Okay, he don't tie the parrot down. The parrot and the monkey rides that dog every day. So the dog, big German Shepherd, yeah. So both of them will be riding the dog around the house, and the dog don't care. Every time, I don't really visit their home, but I pass by their house and I look inside their house and I see that all the time. Very funny. So funny. How different animals, right, they can get along, you know? Because why? Because animals do not have discretionary mind. To them, all animals are part of nature. But most animals do not see humans as part of nature anymore. Huh? That's one thing. That's a sad thing. Cockatoo. Yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah. A cockatoo. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So funny. Cockatoo and a monkey riding on the dog. I see that a lot whenever I pass by their house. For those of you who are wondering, I'm here in a book cafe actually. In fact, it's actually more bookshop than cafe. Oh, and a happy family with a happy kid. Beautiful Sunday morning here in Istanbul. La, 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 la. Günaydın. Merhaba. 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 She's shy. Merhaba. It's a really huge 2 stories, 3 stories actually, one basement, a ground floor, and 1 floor up. Really huge bookshop. Actually, it's more bookshop than cafe because it's just a bookshop, a couple of seats here and there. And the most prominent feature here in Istanbul are street cats everywhere, inside restaurants, inside cafes, inside bookshops. Some people don't like this, but I really love this. And the owners don't chase them away. They are all part of life here in Istanbul, you know. And street cats has as much rights to this chair right here as the customers. Really, eh? You'll be surprised that this very cat, this is not the first time this cat I ran into this cat. This very cat always takes this seat. She always takes this seat. I can never put anything on this seat. If I have my coat on this seat, she will stand here and stare at me with the, can you please remove this crap look? Really, she will look at my coat on the chair. You look at the coat and then turn around, look at me with this look, with the, can you please remove this crap? This is my seat. That look, you know. Liana, they are noisy bird. Liana, Christmas Eve, I'm going to collect my new pets. Oh, what new pets? Liana, I'm getting 3 Netherlands dwarf rabbits. I had 6 rabbits once. I love rabbits. Netherlands dwarf rabbits. I can't remember. I had a lot. I had a few, like 6 of them, all different. One of them with the, I don't know what's the name, but the ear touches the ground, very long ear. And then one is got so long hair, the whole hair makes it look like a fur ball, look like a pillow. A lot. I have quite a few rabbits myself. Liana, I love cats. Oh, see. I was talking. See, another cat came. This cat and that cat, both of them own this seat. Both of them, they own this seat literally. If you look at my short videos, I made some videos with them on this seat. They own this seat. I can never sit on this seat or have anything on this seat. Both of them, either one or both of them will come and chase you away. And this is a street cat, okay? Look at how well fed, how clean and well fed the street cat here is. It's amazing, huh? This is street cats of Istanbul. Is really one of the features of Istanbul. You know, if you go to my channel and search for street cats, you will find 2 videos about Istanbul street cats. I promise you will change your mind. You will open up your mind, and it will surprise you that something like this can happen in any country. It's just amazing. Look at the street cat. Look at that. Kisia. Yes, there's many different species of rabbits. Some are brown, some are black, a mixture of colors. Yeah, I had 6 rabbits, and all 6 are different breeds. There was one time I really loved rabbits. You know, I was so into rabbits once. So I had 6 rabbits, all different breeds. One white giant, a white rabbit that's this size. One white giant with the red eyes. One with the loop ear. British loop ear that goes down to the floor. Another one that looks like a pillow because the hair is so freaking long. Another 2 are very babyish, very small, and both died baby. And one brown rabbit, hair. It's not even a rabbit, a hair. Very long ears, sharp hair. Liana, my bunny Ichigo, he passed away in Oh, you have all the Japanese name. No? Oh, Nihongo shaberu no? Yeah, the long ears are called loops. Ah, yeah, I remember. It's called a British loop, I think. Loop ear. Very long ears. So cute. And when he runs around the house, you got run and jump. Run and jump. Oh my god, that kills me. It kills me. It kills me. But I had to give them all away. Actually, no. Half died. Okay, now the thing about having rabbits is this is when one begin to die, all dies. Yeah, so the first baby died and the second baby died very quickly following. And once that died, the big white died. And then the hare died. Oh, then I'm left with my beautiful lobe and the pillow. I gave them away quickly. Mm, before they die. Yeah. Oh, I love the lobes. Lobes are still my favorite bunnies. Maybe I should, but I can't stand the smell of the shit. The shit, the shit, it smells so acidic, like it's like cat shit, no? The smell of cat shit is so strong. Like if you live in an apartment, oh man, the smell of rabbit shit, right? Like really saturates the whole house. Yeah, they reproduce very fast. Yeah, but they die very fast. That's the thing. I think my whole breed, my whole stable of 6 rabbits died off within a year. Yeah. Tisha, my friend bred them, was selling them away. Good thing you say that breed them to and sell and not breed them to eat. You know, in China, rabbit meat is big. You know, I've eaten rabbit myself. Yeah, many times in China. Kissing. Later, friends gotta go now. Hey, have a good day. Have a good one. Thanks for joining, Kissing. Thanks for joining. Appreciate it. Liana, yeah, my bunnies are gray, fawn, and white ones with black around the eyes. Oh, that one. Oh, classic. That's a classic one. Have you ever had a hare? I had a hare, the big hair, very long ears, skinny, brown. The hair, runs super fast. Suddenly the rain stopped and the sun starts shining and people are walking their dogs. This is the most common dog breed here in Istanbul, the golden retriever. The most common I've seen so far, the golden retriever. And you guys won't believe. Okay, second is Labrador, but I tend to classify the golden retriever and Labrador as one. But you know what follow? What's the next most popular that I see? You won't believe. It's the Jack Russell. Yeah, I don't know why Jack Russells are so popular here. No, I've never seen the Jack Russell this popular in any other countries in the world. Liana, oh, you have to clean them up twice a week, man. The smell is just, whoa. It's fumigation for the house. My bunny Ichigo lives 12 years and 3 months. Wow, what is nice. My whole stable died out within a year, and I had to give away the final 2 before they died as well. I tried to salvage though. I actually the baby before it died, I actually sent it to a vet, and she had some kind of surgery and stuff like that. I spent a lot of money. Like I spent as easily 10 times the price I bought it for. To try to treat it, but didn't work. It died, and then the next died, and then everyone died. And then, whoa, what's going on? Everyone started dying within a week of each other. Dwarf rabbit life expectancy is 7 to 10 years. Interesting. I have a lot of very exotic pets. When I first had my own house, the first thing I did was buy a lot of pets that before my mom would never allow me to. So I had like my first apartment that I bought was like a 4-bedroom apartment, and I had one huge bedroom just for pets, where I keep all my pets in one bedroom with nothing. It's just an empty room. I had all my pets inside, so it's kind of like a zoo. Felt like a zoo back then. Liana, I love animals. Yeah, I love human and animals, all trees, plants, everything. I love life, everything I love. Oh, see this cat. Look at that. See, can you take that camera out of my face, please? It's literally giving that look. Can you please take the camera out of my face, please? Look, you know. Wow, but really interesting. Really enjoyed this conversation with Liana today. We seem to have a lot of common stuff to talk about. Very interesting. Thanks for checking in, Liana. Very interesting. Oh, you guys realize one thing? You see the left ear of this cat is actually chipped. You notice that ear? That ear? This ear is actually cut. You see the tip is cut. You know why? See, these cats here in Istanbul with the tip of the ear cut are neutered cats. Yes, they're all neutered and vaccinated. That means they're very clean cats. All the state government of Istanbul, they will patrol the streets. They will bring all these street cats for neutering and vaccination. And those who have received the neutering and vaccination, they clip their ear. Yeah. So and then release back on the street. Yeah. I've not seen any government in the world do this for street animals. It's amazing. Liana, I want to be friends with that cat. I think we like right now we're really friends with this cat and that cat because both these two cats they're here almost every time I stream here. So we're all friends with this cat right now. And then I'm friend with another cat that gave me a bad allergy, Mr. Mock in another cafe. Oh, today is a very bad hair day. You know when it's wet, cold like this, you always get bad hair day because your hair becomes very flat. Yeah. Oh, bad hair day. Very bad hair day. Abigail, Vask Tech, don't know what. Elijah, hello, Elijah, 안녕하세요. Hi, Elijah. Good evening, Elijah. So we've been talking a lot about pets in today's episode. Yeah, pets. We're sharing a lot about. Oh, she's angry right now. So you humans, can you just kind of shut up? I'm trying to sleep here. Oh my goodness, this noisy human. Noisy human. You can take the camera off my face. Elijah from America, Liana from UK. B, continue the fun chat. Got to go. Bye B. Thanks for checking in. B from Singapore. 고양이, Nabila. This cat is always here. This cat always takes that seat. But because I'm too noisy, he left. Street cats in Istanbul has preferences and rights too, you know. Oh, in case you guys don't know, they have real rights because all this, like I explained, you know, those cats with the ear chip on the tip, they are neutered and vaccinated, and they do have rights. You cannot just pick these cats and do whatever you like with them. These are all protected by the state government. Okay. So cats with the broken ear is literally like, I'm from the government, and people have to respect them. And for those of you who just joined me, it's another very cold day here in Istanbul. Wet, cold, 4 degrees Celsius morning. I tried to stream outside just now because kind of like the rain stopped a little bit today. I really wanted to stream outside, but I couldn't last more than 10 minutes because the cold penetrates the clothing. So when it's wet cold like this and not dry cold, when it's wet cold like this, the cold penetrates the clothing, penetrates the underwear. You cannot last more than, I think, 30 minutes tops outside. So this winter I probably have to stream most of the time from indoors. Leona, maybe the cat has a hot date. Oh yeah, they do. That's his girlfriend, the yellow one. Oh. And there's a kid here called Junior something, a Turkish name. A baby kitten here. Their kid is here in this bookshop as well. Born and raised in this bookshop. Somewhere running around. Wow, the sun is really out. For the first time in a week. I've not seen the sun like this for a week. And as you can see, Istanbul is very, very quiet on Sundays. Sundays is Sabbath here, by the way, and a lot of shops are actually closed. Most shops are closed on Sundays, and people really do rest on Sundays. So if you're planning to come to Istanbul, my advice is don't come on the weekend. Don't arrive on the weekend. If you expect to start to have some fun, don't arrive on the weekend, because most shops are closed on weekends. The best time to arrive in Istanbul is definitely like Sunday night, and then you sleep one night, the next day, Monday, boom, everything's open. The energy in the air is different. But when it comes to Sunday, a lot of tourist sites are closed as well, So yeah, if you're planning to come to Istanbul, this is a pro tip. I know a lot of people like to arrive in a new country during the weekends, but that doesn't work for Istanbul, doesn't work for some places in Germany, doesn't work for some places in Australia, where most shops are actually closed on weekends. Yep, Elijah, it's like that in Turkey. Many stores are closed. Yeah, I just mentioned. Some parts of Germany, some parts of Australia. Especially on Sunday. Yeah, don't arrive in these countries on weekends generally. But Tokyo is boring. I'm sorry to say that, but boring. And when I opened up my YouTube today, and I was recommended a video of a Korean lady who is streaming in Tokyo, in Germany, and the kind of things that happened to her even while she was live streaming is completely opposite to my experience here in Istanbul. Seeing how she was treated in Germany just makes me never want to go to Germany again. Yeah. So to me, in this life, at least in the remaining 50 years visa on Earth, I will not be going to Germany again. Liana, I wonder if there are many fabric stores. Oh, a lot. Fabric is one of Turkey's main exports. Yeah, so fabric is one of the main business here even in this area, Istanbul. Most of my friends are in the fabric business. Yeah, most of them are in textiles business. A lot of textile shops, a lot. Vladislav Lim from Singapore. Welcome. Good afternoon, Singapore. Hi man, what's the best trading psychology approach you acquired besides meditating? That's a very good question. To be a good trader I think trading itself is a path to enlightenment. If you want to be a good trader, eventually you'll be enlightened. You'll be spiritually awakened. Because it takes the most fundamental skill of trading is reading a stock chart, yes? The problem with reading a stock chart is you can show the same stock chart to 10 people and they all tell you 10 different stories. You know why is that so? Because nobody sees the reality. It is impossible. That's why in Chinese there is a saying, 你要先看山是山，再看山不是山，最后再看山是山. That's when you're enlightened. What does it mean? It means at first you see, oh, this is just a mountain. After a while, you realize that it's really not the mountain you're looking at, but whatever you imagine the mountain to be. And after that, then you clear up your mind and start to see reality as it is, and you see the mountain as it is. This is the fundamental skill you need to be a successful trader, to see the stock chart as it is. And this skill alone is one big step towards enlightenment. This ability alone is what all the spiritual practices are aiming to achieve in the beginning to intermediate level. You see the connection right now? That's why I keep saying, no, most good traders are very highly enlightened people. And I know another trader on this live stream called CHT. He's a highly awakened individual, and he's a trader as well. Yeah, this is how amazing the connection and how all these things are coming together in my life. You know, that I'm a trader and all these things, and a spiritual practitioner, and all these things are coming together all in one point, all leading in the same direction. My trading, my martial arts, all leads towards the same direction of spiritual awakening and enlightenment. Yeah. Dancers to Squirrels, been a long time. Hello. Liana, I love sewing. Oh, interesting. Okay, sewing. Vladis Lim. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Non-biased view indeed. Yeah. Non-biased view is the core essence of all spiritual teaching, be it Buddhism, be it Zen, be it yoga, be it Hinduism, anything. This is the core first step into spirituality, into the awakening and awareness of your true being. That's true unbiased vision, and this is the ability you need, the capability that you need in order to even see a stock chart as it is. And this is why 99.99% of the people will fail in the stock market. It's not about skill. That's why I keep telling people that you can never learn this skill. You cannot learn how to read a stock chart. It's not about step A, step B, step C. It's about a deep level of spiritual awareness. They cannot make the connection, but if you're a trader, you can. If you're a trader, you have experienced what I just said. Yes or no? Vladislav Lim. I'm actually a Russian Korean from Belgium. Oh, thank you for your answer. Oh, Russian. Oh, 안녕하세요. 한국말 할 수 아세요? Oh, wow. Another complex person. Russian Korean in Belgium. Complex. I love complex people. Dancers with Screw. Which martial arts? I've learned pretty much every martial art since I was 4 or 5 years old, starting from Taekwondo, going on to Karate, Kendo, or Aikido. After that, I went to China. In China, I learned Wing Chun, Xing Yi Liu He, Ba Gua Zhang, Luo Han Quan. And then I went to Japan. I learned Kenjutsu. I became actually the first Singaporean samurai real samurai, recognized, adopted real samurai in Japan. I went to New York. I started training in medieval longsword, medieval saber, the Crusader chopper, mace, and shield and mace fighting, shield and falchion fighting, armored fighting. And then I came to Istanbul and I started Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, MMA, also back in the days, Muay Thai. Yeah, so that's my martial art background so far. And right now I'm trying to get into the Chinese sword. Not easy to get into, because right now, if I really want to learn the Chinese sword, I really want to go to Wudang Mountain in China to do this. But with all the travel restrictions, it's not easy to go to China right now. And I tried ordering a sword on Amazon to be delivered to Turkey, which was supposed to arrive yesterday. But exactly as I feared, it's still in customs, has not cleared customs. But even though it's a practice sword, so it's not a sharpened sword, but it's still a carbon steel sword, okay, with the exact dimensions and scale and everything. So I'm half suspicious that it will never clear custom. Yeah, but that's my martial arts journey, my over 40 years of martial arts journey. Go, love that phrase on sun. Any examples from your own life? Examples like what? I've gone through the whole 3 phases of that to reach my level. at my level of spiritual awareness right now, I see a lot of things that I have shared with all of you throughout the past 63 episodes. So I'm not gonna talk about all this too much. Kisha, yes, I like complex people. Vladislav Lim. I don't speak Korean sadly. We'll be moving to Korea soon though. Oh, if you're moving to Korea, you need Korean. You cannot survive Korea without Korean. Because not even the young people working in convenience stores understand what is a plastic bag. Yeah, they don't understand simple English. You need Korean to survive Korea. Without Korean language, you can never take a cab in Korea. Like 100%. No cab drivers speak English. Not even a word. Liana, I think I'll hang out with you if zombie apocalypse happens. Not really, you know. You may like me on my on live chat, but you never like me in real life. Real life, I'm an esoteric guy. I live an extremely esoteric lifestyle. I don't hang out. I don't drink. I don't club. I don't do fun things. I don't travel. My favorite weekend hobby is meditation at home. Yeah. I take a car or modern transport pretty much only once or twice a year. The rest of the time I walk everywhere. I live an extremely esoteric life. I'm a very boring real life friend to have, yeah, by the way. Okay. I need you guys to understand this because there have been cases where people think I'll be a really nice friend to hang out with and they keep asking me out in real life when I'm really not that kind of person. I never portrayed myself to be like that. But people seems to think that way, yeah, of their own accord. I don't know why. I never portrayed myself as someone who likes to club, who likes to hang out, anything at all, right? Never. Oh, see the cat. The cat. Oh, Vladislav, are we going to university to learn? Oh, yeah. Do that. Have some Korean American friends as well. Okay, they have their own community. Yep. Korean Americans don't really fit very well into the mainstream Korean society. So they have their own very tight community. Korean Americans are very different from native Koreans. Just like how Chinese Koreans are different from the native Koreans. Oh, today is an ultra bad hair day. You know, one thing about bad hair day is this: you never go to bed without your hair fully dry. Yesterday I went to bed without my hair fully dry, and this happened. And you get very flat hair. You need to wait for your hair to be fully dry before you sleep. Then the next morning you will have some volume. If you go to bed with your hair like slightly moist, the next day you're gonna get this completely flat hair. Liana, you can protect me in zombie apocalypse. Who knows? You may be the one who needs to protect me, you know. Oh, human beings we're all the same. Now we're all equal when it comes to that kind of situation. Nobody knows. You may be the one who needs to protect me, huh? Are you ready to protect me? Liana, I just think you'll be a good leader and protect everyone. Not really. I try to stay out of the way. I try not to be in that position anymore. I was a military officer for 7 years. I've enough of leading people and protecting people. I've done enough of that for one lifetime. I was an officer in the Navy for 7 years. I've done enough of protecting and leading for one lifetime. Right now, I just want to live my own life and mind my own business. No, I don't know how to use sword. As long as you know how to smack a chair into someone's face, you can protect yourself. That's all the martial arts you need to know for the streets. and if you are a London girl, and you are a London girl who clubs, you know how to smack a chair in someone's face, 100%. You already have all the martial arts you need to survive. Elijah, no cat bonding today. No, I don't think I'll be doing cat bonding for a long time because of the allergy. Elijah, you know about my allergy that a few days ago. I pretty much almost died. You know, no, I can't say I almost died, but 14 hours of depleting my entire energy reserve to fight my allergy without medication. I don't want to go through that again. So I won't be bonding with cats anytime soon. Bumblebee, greetings from Singapore. Hello, Singapore. Good afternoon, Singapore. And greetings from Istanbul. Welcome. How do you know about my channel, Bumblebee? A lot of new people on my channel today. Very interesting. Elijah, yeah, I was worried. Yeah. So no bonding for now. Shawn Cheo. Wow, Shawn. Shawn, you almost didn't catch me. It's already 1 hour 35 minutes into this live chat. I would ended 5 minutes ago, if not for Liana. Okay. Today, if not for Liana, I would have ended probably in less than an hour. Today is all thanks to Liana that we are still talking right now. Keisha, do you just rest after you get the allergy? No, the allergy hit me so hard I couldn't get out of bed. I was running a temperature and the mucus was pouring out uncontrollably. So I cannot get out of bed at all. I can only lie there with my head tilted up. Otherwise, it's just dripping. I can't suck it back or anything. Dripping, fever, swelling in my windpipe. I couldn't get out of bed for 14 hours. It's not just rest, no, it's bedridden. I was bedridden for 14 hours throughout the night, fighting the allergy with my own energy without any medication. I didn't have any medication. Didn't have any antihistamine. And of course, I didn't have anyone with me to buy medicine for me or bring me to the hospital. So whenever things like this happen, I have only my own life energy to save me with. Bumblebee, I'm a subscriber since you're in Korea. Wow, all my old subscribers are back. Welcome. Welcome. Oh, glad to see you on my live stream. At last. This is episode 64. What took you so long? Here in Istanbul. It's a very wet and cold Sunday morning. Very cold. Very wet cold. 3-4 degrees Celsius wet cold. 3 or 4 degrees Celsius wet cold is to me comparable to minus 30 degrees dry cold. I could do this feels colder than minus 25 degrees dry cold in Beijing. And yeah, like Keisha, if I could get out of bed, I would just get out of bed and go buy some antihistamine. I couldn't even get out of bed. So I had to fight my allergy the good old-fashioned way, using the good old-fashioned human energy, human life energy. Liana, you need to find Turkish grandmother to look after you. Nah, I don't like to be looked after actually. And such things don't happen to me often. Such things happen to me like once in 10 years or so. So I really wouldn't care. Elijah, maybe puppy cafe if they have one. No, there's no such thing as dog cafe or cat cafes here in Istanbul. Because dogs and cats are literally everywhere. So you don't need to have a dog or cat cafe just to be with them, So dog and cat cafes will never fly here in Istanbul because literally you get street dogs and street cats everywhere. Kisha, drink lots of water is one basic remedy, yeah. And then Kisha, I couldn't get out of bed to have water either. I just couldn't get out of bed. So I was just fighting 运气疗伤. Shawn Cheo, in your previous lifestyle as a officer, what's the most challenging part in managing leading people? Any tips? Oh, very interesting question. Very few people ask me about my experience in the military. Okay, let me read the question again from Shawn Cheo in Singapore. In your previous lifestyle as an officer, what was the most challenging part in managing and leading people? Okay. To me, the most challenging part is being an officer and leading people is we graduate as an officer very young, in my early 20s, but we are required to lead battle-hardened veterans, sergeants who have been to real wars, who have seen real actions, who are even by age older than us, by experience more military than us, and we need to lead these people. To me, that is the most challenging. You are literally leading people who are both older and more experienced than you in what you're telling them to do. That is extremely challenging. It requires an immense level of maturity, which I'm sad to say today's officers lack this. And therefore, not just the military in Singapore, but the military all over the world, even in the US Army, all young officers face the same thing. They get ignored. They get ignored by their warrant officers, they get ignored by their sergeants, because you're trying as a young kid out of school, trying to tell real battle hardened veterans who are even older than you what to do on the battlefield. Ask yourself, if you are that sergeant, would you listen to an officer like this? You won't. It takes, to me, that has been the most challenging phase of my life, actually. Back then, very challenging. It was almost impossible to lead them. They won't listen to you. To them, you're just a new nobody who knows nothing about war, who knows nothing about fighting, who knows nothing about the military, and here you are wearing a rank, trying to show them who's boss. It's hard. And today's young officers, being young, they all face the same problem. Lack of maturity, lack of experience, and yet still having to lead people who are by age older and therefore more mature. Of course, it's not always the case, but let's generalize. And by experience, more experience than you in doing what you're trying to make them do. So to me, that was the most challenging period of my life in managing and leading people. And how I got over it is this, actually I got over that phase not in the best of ways, I got over it not by showing who's the boss. I got over it by showing them that I'm humbling here to learn from them. That I humble myself, that I may wear the rank, but I'm here to learn from you. This I adopt the attitude, and I learned their language. A lot of my men then, they were Indians. I learned Tamil from them. I learned Punjabi from them. I learned their language and I speak their language to bond with them and to learn from them sincerely. Some of these guys, they are the age of my father and they're supposed to listen to me as a young 20-year-old kid. You see how hard that is? You're the age of my father. You have seen multiple deployments and warfares, and you've been fighting war all your life. You're in your mid-40s, and now you have to listen to this fresh out of college kid. See, that's the challenge in the military. That's the real challenge. And only someone who has been really in the military as an officer can tell you this, because you don't get this on TV or whatever. Bumblebee, is Limpeh still in US? Yeah, she's still in US, still working in US, in New York. Liana, I think he's probably very strict. No, I wasn't very strict. I cannot be very strict. Like I said, I'm leading people the age of my father and had a lifetime more of experience in whatever I'm telling them to do. I can never be strict with them. I need to be humble with them. I need to learn from them. I learn their language as well. That's how I learn my Tamil. In order to bond with them deeply, I treat them all the time. I buy beer for them all the time. Basically, I was their servant, if you want to put it that way. When I was still a young officer, I was literally just their servant. I buy food for them. I buy beer for them. That was my way to bond with them. And they started to guide me like I'm their son, like I'm their kid. I have to accept it. Why? Because by both age and experience, I'm just a kid to them. Just because I wear something fancy on my shoulder doesn't mean that I'm any better than them. Doesn't mean that I'm now qualified to lead them in anything. Doesn't mean that I'm now qualified to tell them to go to their deaths. They won't listen to me. So even in deployment, it's more of collaboration. I'm not leading them to do anything. It's a collaborative effort, I would tell them, in this situation, what should we do? What was your experience? And they would tell me this is how they used to deal with this situation before. So, and then you know what? A lot of my orders came from them. So then I would think, just okay, I agree with this, and then I'll give the order, and then they'll do it. But in the end of the day, it's actually their own idea. Elijah, you were a rookie to them. Yeah, as a young officer, it's very hard. Of course, things started changing when I stopped being a young officer, when I grew and I became a lieutenant and then a captain, and I had a ton of training and experience behind my ears, and I had a ton of deployments, such that only very few people on the ship was more experienced than me. That was when I started to shine. Yeah. But before that, when I was a new officer, man, you were the stream of the ship. No, you're on the ship. You're shit. Okay, you're shit on the ship. You have to clean shit if they want you to. Liana, yeah, I wrote that before you explained. Yeah. So yeah, Shawn, that's my biggest challenge. It's a very very interesting question. Thanks for that question. I don't think I've ever shared this before. Yeah, never. As a young officer, right, in the end of the day, right, you have to keep proving yourself. It's very tiring. You have to keep proving yourself not only to your superior officers, but you have to keep proving yourself to people whom supposedly by default should give you the respect, but you have to earn it. You're not gonna get respect just because you wear rank. You gotta earn it the hard way. So you have to impress your superiors. You have to impress your men. Man, that's hard, man. Being a young officer is the hardest thing I've ever done. But of course, as I became a more senior officer, things started turning around. Yeah? That's when it became different. That's when everything became easy. After I had a few real combat deployments, I've seen some real battlefields, and I've done some real shit. Yeah? And then new crews started coming, and I have like only very few people on the ship that's more experienced than me. That's when I started to shine. Shawn Cheo, very good sharing, because we may have to go through situations where you have to lead people who are more senior than you. Respect must be earned, not given. Yeah. And most of the time, yeah, in those situations, you're not leading those seniors. The seniors are just doing what they know to do. You're just there to agree. You're just there as an officer to, number one, agree with them. Second, cover their ass. Third, write reports for them. That's what we do. They are just in deployment, especially when you hit a combat situation, they're just gonna do whatever they've been trained and experienced to do. They don't listen to you. They don't care. And after that, as an officer, as a junior officer, my only job is what? Is to justify what they do by writing reports. That's all I do. You know, we're there to cover their ass. They do their best, we cover their ass. Liana, it's good to hear this. It's just interesting. I've never shared my military experience much. Not even on this channel. I never talk about my military life in real life. Never. I never let people know I was from the military in real life, because there's always complications. I don't want complications. I want people to see me just as a normal, average 20-plus-year-old human being with nothing behind my ears, so people don't treat me in some weird ways or what. See that cat? The cat owns the computer right now. Now you're done disturbing me on the chair, and now you're trying to disturb me on my table. Are you done, you human? You human, you're too much human. Human? Can you take that camera out of my face, human? Human? I'm warning you, human. I'm warning you, you're beginning to piss me off. Okay, you're beginning to piss me off. Okay, I better stop pissing him off. Elijah. Good morning, Fang. Welcome. I'm just about to end. It's most 2 hours. No. Understand that my live stream starts at 10:30 a.m. Turkey time, not 11:30 a.m. Turkey time. Okay. So want some good conversation? Please try to join me early, right? And good afternoon, Fang. Oh no, wait, Fang, where are you watching from? So I know if I should give you a good afternoon, good morning, good evening. And welcome to a very cold day here in Istanbul. Wet cold, 4 degrees Celsius. Everybody's all wrapped up, all wearing thick. Very cold. I think all winter from now on, like before winter in autumn I was streaming outside a lot, remember? Yeah. I think come winter, I think it's very very hard for me to stream outside. I can't stand outside for more than 10-15 minutes without the cold penetrating inside. Shawn Cheo, $3. Ah, thank you. Hey, cheers, Shawn. This is the third time Shawn has bought me coffee on the super chat. Thank you so much, Shawn from Singapore. The third time that he has bought me coffee on this super chat. This is the third time. Thanks for the coffee. And Shawn, like I said, these days I'm trying to cut down coffee to 1 cup a day. So you just bought me my 1 cup a day coffee. Thank you, thank you. Liana, I think it's just interesting to learn from people's experience. Oh yeah. But it's more interesting to experience it yourself. Yeah. Other people's experience is nothing more than just stories. So stories does nothing for your life anyways. Fang, looks like you're suffering from the weather there. It's so cold here at the moment too. Oh, where? Egypt. Right. Now I remember. Yes. Yeah, Egypt is the same weather as Turkey. So close together, Turkey and Egypt. Yeah, because we all have the wet cold. Egypt is wet cold. Here is wet cold as well because of the okay, let me get my geography correct. Is it Mediterranean Sea or Black Sea? Mediterranean. Mm-hmm. Again, thank you, Shawn Cheo. Thank you for buying me today's coffee. Thank you. So if you guys want to buy me my coffee, feel free to hit the super chat and you can just buy me coffee. Yeah, Elijah. I'm just gonna drink some uyu cha. Oh yeah, uyu cha is good. Uh, oh wait, what Yucha cha, Yucha cha. Yucha cha is good for this season. Like this is the season where Koreans drink a lot of Yucha cha as well. Fang, got you. Fish memory, yeah. My memory is not great, old man memory. So, pardon me sometimes. Shawn Cheo, my pleasure. Thankful for your energy always. I don't know. I'm thankful for coffee always. Really thankful for it. Like it makes a difference in my life, because in real life nobody buys me coffee. Okay. Fang, yep, true. Liana, I don't want to experience military. Oh, for me, being in the military was my childhood dream. Yeah, I wanted so much to be a military officer since I was young. That was my childhood dream come true. NDU, oh, NDU from Singapore. Oh, very late indeed. It was almost 2 hours and I'm almost out of battery, my dear. Shawn Cheo, yeah, bro, I'm trying to control my caffeine intake to rely on it. Yeah, and the thing is about caffeine is, I've been talking about pranic diet lately a lot, right? Diet that builds your chi energy, and coffee is actually negative prana. That means coffee reduces your chi energy. Why? Because it's a stimulant that draws energy from your reserve before you're ready. And after that, when it wears off, your reserve becomes lower than before and your energy crash. And that energy crash usually like 2 or 3 hours after you had coffee. So it's actually not a healthy thing at all. Remember, I used to do at least 2 cups of coffee for 1.5 hours live stream. Now I'm doing 1 cup a day, whole day. This is the only cup that I'm gonna have. I want to stop this caffeine induced energy crash once and for all. It's negative prana like hell. I watch my prana energy so closely. I do so much to maintain my prana energy through diet, through kriya, through meditation, and coffee is destroying it for me. I'm not gonna let coffee destroy it for me anymore. It's such a waste of effort, Thanks. Hope you're enjoying coffee. I'm going out for my tea before going outside. Yeah, enjoy your day. Yeah, good morning, Egypt. Wassalamualaikum. Andy, you remember to hit the like button. No? Oh, Andy and everybody, I got a good news to report today. Now, you guys know that ever since I started live streaming over the past 3 months, I've lost about 500 subscribers, right? Every week I lose 30 to 50 subscribers per week for the past three months. But you know what? This is the first week that I'm up positive subscribers, up +7. Yay! So at last, I'm having people who truly appreciate me for who I am and not just here for one singular little part of my for of me anti-aging or Korean things. Like people are beginning to catch on to subscribe because of who I am as a person, and I'm very happy because 7 new subscribers this week, positive +7. Even last week I was at -20. This week +7. This is a big achievement. Liana, I don't like being told what to do. Oh, Liana, so military is the worst place for me. Oh, Elijah, hot chocolate may be the way to go. The other option is oolong tea. Any form of tea has caffeine. So even tea is negative prana. So, like I say, the next step up, if I want to get rid of even this 1 cup of coffee a day, I will go hot chocolate. I will go hot chocolate. Hot chocolate is positive prana. Fine, Habibi. Liana, I had 4 coffees during your live stream. I used to be like that, and then after that, your energy crashed at about 2 to 4 p.m. From between 2 to 4 p.m. you feel like crap. And then you have to top up another 4 coffee. That was exactly me before, and I'm trying to stop that. Feng, come on, you're a great person. All respect for real. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Yeah, but I'm really glad that at last I'm getting positive subscribers, +7. So I've stopped losing subscribers at last. Keisha, is hot chocolate too sweet? No, hot chocolate, there are many different kinds. You can ask for those real dark chocolate, hot chocolates without sugar, without added sugar. Real hot chocolate. Keisha, I used to drink during winter. I see. No, not the instant hot chocolate. No, those instant hot chocolate, no, those are not hot chocolate, okay? Those are just like something like Horlicks and Milo, where it's all sugar and nothing else. The real hot chocolate is real dark chocolate molten down into a drink. Yeah, when I was back in Madrid, in Spain, almost every morning I have hot chocolate with churros. At Keisha, okay, you guys talking among each other. Good. It's Christmas week, yeah, guys. You guys doing anything special? I say guys, it means both male and female. These days, even females call themselves guys these days. Yeah. Liana, I'm anemic anyways, so the coffee doesn't make much difference for me. I don't have enough battery anymore. It's been 2 hours. Otherwise, I'll take you guys out for a little walk. Because right now the rain kind of stopped, and I can actually bring this out for a walk. But right now outside is very cold, and I have less than 15% battery. So 15% battery, once you get out into the cold, instantly becomes only 5%. So I'm sorry, I couldn't even bring you guys out for a walk. Shawn Cheo, what's happening to the sword? I don't know, it's stuck in customs. Yeah, actually I half expected this. I half expected it might be like this because none of my packages to Turkey has worked out at all. Like all the packages that Limpeh has sent me from New York, they're all stuck in the custom, never got to me. And so I actually half suspect that this sword is going to get stuck in customs, and it is. And like, I love Istanbul for everything. Istanbul is still the best city I've ever lived in the world, But my only gripe with Istanbul is this: buying things from other countries, so hard. Getting things from other countries, so hard. So hard. Harder than China. Yeah. You know, when I bought stuff from Amazon when I was in China, it takes like a lifetime to arrive. It takes like 2 months to arrive, but it arrives. But here in Istanbul, it literally never arrives. Never worked. Never worked. This is not the first time. This is not the first time I tried to buy something on Amazon to Istanbul and it never arrives. And it always gets caught in customs. Yeah, always. I'm not even surprised. That's why I didn't buy a really expensive one. I just bought a $200 sword, you know. I didn't buy a really nice $1,500 one. Because I half suspect that you will never arrive. Yeah. And boom, proven right again. Elijah, nope, I think I'm just going to relax. Peace and serenity will be my sun mood for Christmas. For me, every day is the same day, honestly. To me, holiday or not, what kind of any all those things that make all the man-made things outside in the world, I don't feel it. Every day of my life is pretty much the same. Weekday, sometimes like weekends feel slightly different because there's no US market. But other than that, right, holidays, birthdays, Christmas, all these things all feel the same to me. Wow, this dog has a lot of pee. This dog literally peed for more than 30 seconds. Whoa. It's more than 30 seconds of pee. Wow. That's a lot of pee. Yeah, I really wanted to bring you guys out for a walk, but really, you know, in this cold, this 15% battery will instantly become 5%. And then I won't have enough time to save the video before it goes flat. So I'm sorry, you know. I don't have a battery pack, by the way. Oh, it's been 2 hours. I can try to do this a little bit longer till about 5% before I end. Okay. So today is going to be the longest live stream I've ever done. The longest Limpeh morning coffee chat. The coffee is long gone. Not even a drop left. You know, usually I would have finished my second coffee, but as you can see, guys, right now I'm really, really very determined to keep to just one coffee a day. Just one. No, not two. One. Kisha, will the weather be different tomorrow? Unlikely, because this is typical winter weather here in Istanbul. The typical winter is 0 to 4 degrees Celsius and with rain. Typical. Last year was the same. Throughout the whole December, it's raining at 0.0 to 4 degrees Celsius. It's not likely to be different tomorrow. Liana, ha 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 ha. What? Elijah, Kenchanayo, you can do it next time. Do what next time? Do what? Go. Pretty amazing you don't yawn for so long. Oh, because my energy level is high. I don't yawn. Again, this is the benefit or the true miracles of a high level of prana energy. You know, true miracles are not walking on water or levitating while we meditate. Those are puny little tricks that a lot of magicians today can do. You know? But true miracles are this day-to-day things. You don't yawn. You don't feel pain. Your heart don't race when you miss a step. Yeah, you don't. Yeah. Shawn Cheo, is it stretching to the Limpeh lunch show? Oh, the lunch show, you still remember, huh? No, it's not likely. I gotta have to end very soon because of the battery, yeah, remember? Usually right now I'll end, but since so many of you are still on, I'm keeping it on for a little bit more to about 5% battery before I end. Liana, the dog must have been drinking a lot. Wow, it was a German Shepherd or Belgian Shepherd. I can't tell the difference. So it was peeing for like 40 over seconds. I was like, what's this dog doing standing there for so long? And I realized that he's still licking. What? That's long. Elijah, walk with us in better Dalshi. Yeah. But it's not likely to have better Dalshi condition because this is Istanbul winter weather. So I'm not likely to walk outside and stream outside like I did in autumn. You know, in autumn, those of you who join me during the autumn time, I show you guys a lot of beautiful places, yeah, during autumn. But now it's winter. There's no beautiful trees or stuff anymore, and it's just crazy cold, wet cold. So, yeah, pointless, pointless. But I'm enjoying the chat today, and all thanks to Liana again. Really thanks to Liana, because honestly, going by the usual tempo, this chat would have ended before the 1 hour mark if not for you. You have been keeping me talking, Liana. Thanks a lot. If not for you, if I remember, the discussion went pretty dry at about 45 minutes. I wanted to end back at about 45 minutes. But because of you, Liana, we took this to 2 hours. It's amazing. Elijah Creo. Gesmida. Yeah, this is winter condition. This is what winter is like here in Istanbul. So it's not likely to be different tomorrow. Sun is out for a bit though. Which means that if you guys want to have a good time in Istanbul, like I said in one of my videos, the best time to be in Istanbul is October, during the autumn period. December is a terrible time to be in Istanbul because the beautiful trees, the foliages are over, and it's just cold and wet every day. Every day is just raining, so it's very inconvenient to be out. And it's cold, it's wet cold, so it's actually very cold, even though you see it at like 3 or 4 degrees Celsius. It's actually, it feels colder than the minus 25 degrees Celsius dry cold. Yeah, so it's very cold, very windy, very rainy in December. December is not a great time to be in Istanbul. October is the best. To me, my favorite month in Istanbul is October. Liana, I talk a lot. Oh, I talk a lot too. Okay, looks like I'm running out of battery, and the phone is going on and off right now. So yeah, thank you guys for being with me. Especially thanks to Liana today. You're my hero today. First time on my chat, and really brightened up the chat so much. Kept the conversation going. Thanks a lot to Liana. And guys, stay tuned this week for my new misadventure video where I talk about my misadventure in Shenzhen, China, facing off a pickpocket gang. Okay. And this is also Christmas week, so have a really great Christmas for those of you who care about Christmas. For those of you like me and Elijah, it's just another day. Good, it's just another day. Elijah, yeah, should definitely let you go. Hope you have a nice lunch. Yeah, I'm going back home for my soaked peanuts. I soak my peanut in the morning, so I'm going back home for my soaked peanut. That's my lunch. And I'm glad everybody else also joined the chat and enjoyed the stream. Yeah, thanks a lot, Liana. Hope to see you again tomorrow. Go. Thanks, Limpeh. See you, Elijah. I also hope you receive your packages. That's in the story world right now. I just don't engage the story world. That's where all the misery and all the disappointments are. That's in the story. That sword that I bought it's in the story. It's not in the existential reality right now. So I don't want to go there. Okay. Annyeong.